story on Dateline, very interesting, about two men, and they were flying in Alaska, and it was actually four people on a private little plane, and as they were flying over Mount McKinley, the plane accidentally clipped the tree line, and when it clipped the tree line, it crashed, and they were obviously disabled, and they were unconscious for a while. And this is a terrible situation. Obviously, it's cold, there's mountains full of snow, and then when they came to the realization that what had happened to them, they realized that two of their fellow passengers had died. So now it's two people, Mike and Ed. Mike lost some of his fingers and some of his toes. Ed lost both of his feet. This is deep because by the grace of God, the National Guard came and found them. And Dateline did a special on them. And it was so powerful because Ed was so thankful that God had spared his life. He was so thankful that God had shown him grace. Two men experiencing the same situation. Ed was just so profoundly thankful, and he had this radiance about him. Over 15 years later, thank you, Lord, for sparing my life. Thank you for a second chance. In fact, he was so grateful, he even tried to climb that mountain even though he had lost both his feet. That was Ed's response. Mike, 15 years later, was still bitter, still angry. This is deep. He sued the National Guard who came and ultimately rescued him. And he was still angry. Two people, same event, two different responses. As the saying goes, the same sun that melts the wax hardens the clay. The same sun that melts the wax hardens the clay.